Hey everyone, we are live from Station F. So this is our monthly Facebook Live where we tell you what we did last month, or everything that happened last month, and some of the stuff that's coming up. And I am Station F's director, Roxanne. So, also for the people that haven't got a chance to visit Station F, we get so many questions about this, people writing us emails from around the world. You can sign up, anybody can sign up on stationf.co/visits. Visits are in English and French, you don't need to worry about that. So please make sure you sign up before you just show up randomly and try to get into the building. So we're gonna kick it off with some of the great stuff that happened last month. We launched a documentary called Foundation, and if you haven't heard about it, it's probably because you were sleeping forever, because it has been all over the place. It's been on TechCrunch, it's been on BFM Business. It features 4 of the startups on campus that actually take part in different programs. So these are the startups including Recast.ai, Toric Labs, Meet My Mama, and Les Sherpas. And it follows them in essentially their daily lives of going through a whole bunch of crazy stuff, hiring, firing, going to different events, just daily life of a startup. And some of them happen to sleep on campus. So if you want to find out more about working in a startup, what it's like, or what it's like to be a Station F startup, you can check out that documentary series. You can also check it out on foundation/thedoc.com. Also, last month, or actually just this past week, we announced officially a new resident that many of you have known was going to come to Station F, but this is LVMH. They are officially handling the luxury tech program on campus. So we had a very cool kickoff event earlier this week with the CEO of LVMH, Bernard Arnault himself. He came to campus, so that was a terrific event, and there's some really cool startups in that program, so we encourage you guys to check that out. Also, we launched last month a very cool job board featuring jobs with startups on campus. So people who want to come and work for Station F startup, now you can. You can find all the jobs available. I think there are currently several hundred on jobs.stationf.co. So make sure you check that out. We've also done some very cool features on the blog. So one of them that I wanted to highlight, because there have been quite a few, was actually our feature on the 5, not the 5 because there are many more than 5, but 5 of the blockchain startups that we have at Station F that are doing some really crazy crypto blockchainy stuff. I'm not going to give it away, I'll let you guys go check that out. We also had, as usual, some very high profile visitors last month. So just to name a few of them, we had some people from the Estonian government, specifically the people running the e-residency program and the cryptocurrency program that they are launching as well. We had the Duke and Duchess of Luxembourg show up, had a very cool visit with them. We had the CEO of PayPal, who's actually sitting kind of where I was sitting, come and visit Station F. We have the CEO of Oracle, who's actually coming tonight, so that's kind of an exclusive heads up. We had Brigitte Macron, or the First Lady of France herself. That was a really fun visit because she actually went around, after her visit was done, she stayed an extra hour and she met a whole bunch of different startups on campus and was particularly interested in female founded startups as well. And we also had supermodel Natalia Vodianova, I'm gonna finally get that right, who stopped by. She's not only a supermodel, many of you know she also has a very cool startup herself called Elby. So she was also on campus. So that's just a few of the very cool people that we have here. We actually can't keep track of all the cool people that come on campus, so that was just a heads up for a few of them. Station F not only welcomes people, but we also travel ourselves. So this past month, some of the team went to South by Southwest and also STEP conference in Dubai. So if you got a chance to go to either of those events, we were there too, and we got to talk about what we're doing here. So we have, as usual, we've had a full month of events this past month. I don't even know which ones to highlight for you. So I think I'll start by just telling you we had actually 2 really cool movie nights, which is maybe a little bit more rare. We usually have tons of workshops and conferences. So 2 of our movie nights, one was featuring obviously our documentary, The Launch, and we also featured a really cool, another documentary on female founded startups called She Started It. So those were 2 of the events we had last month. Now for upcoming events, and these are events events that are open to the public, so that means anyone can come to Station F and attend them. So we have one actually this Friday that I think is going to be really cool. We have usually once a month somebody very high profile comes and we do an Ask Me Anything session with them. So we've had Ask Me Anything sessions with people like Tony Fadell, we had one with Xavier, and now we have one this Friday with Leila Jana, who's the founder, many of you know her, she's the founder of Luxme and Samasource, and she's doing a lot of really cool work, especially in Africa, and also empowering people through the businesses that she's developing. So I think that's somebody really great you should come listen to on Friday at lunchtime. You can sign up on our website if you want to attend. And we also have a very cool event towards the end of the month called Trust and Privacy Night. And it's featuring startups, or actually 20 startups, that can help you with GDPR. So we know that a lot of startups are freaking out about that, or more than startups, businesses in general, everyone is freaking out. You can come and attend that event on the 25th of April. Make sure you sign up on stationf.co. So finally, we thought we would also share a little bit about funding, because Station F can stand for many things, but also can stand for funding. So we've got a lot of really great things happening with VCs on campus. We actually have a really great VC community that we haven't talked too much about yet. So without giving too much away, they are now hosting VC masterclasses. They are hosting some pitch sessions, meeting with an exclusive group of handpicked startups, and we actually have a lot more events as well. So we also have some VCs that have come on campus and hosted their own events, whether they be office hours, kind of something informal just to meet startups, or actually kind of more formal events where they bring the whole team. So we had, for example, Balderton bring the whole team from London, and they hosted a very cool event here. Just to chat with the whole team, essentially. But we've also had groups like Daphne and Ventec, who are actually permanently on campus as well. They have hosted their own events, and I think actually the Daphne one was pretty cool, because it was like a no communication gets out of this room kind of event, which I always think is very cool. So that's just a little idea of some of the stuff happening in the funding space on campus. And now to wrap it up, we thought we'd end with kind of a more weird note. There's actually a forest on campus, and you might be able to tell that I'm sitting in it. This is called the Forest Hub, so it's a very cool space that lets people essentially come and relax. We find people, we have to take your shoes off before you come in here. I'm not going to show you my feet. But you have to take your shoes off, and you can come here, take a nap, you can do yoga. I'm actually pretty sure some people live in here, because I see a blanket over there. But anyway, yeah, when you come to Station F, just know that there's a forest on campus, and you can check it out. So anyway, now we are happy to respond to all of your questions. So if we have any questions, we will take it away.
Hi Roxanne, how about diversity on campus? From Diego.
Diego, thank you for talking about diversity. You might actually know this, but diversity is something that is really rooted in kind of the Station F DNA. So we have worked really hard to make sure that Station F is full of people from all different backgrounds, international entrepreneurs, startups founded by men and women, and also we have a specific program that is for people coming from underprivileged backgrounds. And what we mean by that, actually we don't define what underprivileged means, but people can self-identify as someone who's underprivileged. But some examples are people that may be refugees or may not have any higher education. So that is the Fighters program, and you can actually check that out on our website and apply for the program that kicks off next January. But to give you a bit more of an idea, we actually get a huge amount of international entrepreneurs that apply to Station F. And as of January of this year, we can actually help with the visa process, because now we are part of French Tech Tickets program. So international entrepreneurs, that's good news for you. And in terms of women, we actually also had last year a very high turnout of women applications, or applications coming from women-founded companies. And so we currently have one of our programs that has 40% of the companies founded by women or co-founded by women. And I think a lot of the other programs you see, depends really on the program, but you see some programs that have a very high volume of women as well. So that's something we are definitely paying attention to. And even though our numbers are pretty good, we always want them to be better. So if you're an international entrepreneur, a female entrepreneur, someone coming from a very different background, make sure you apply to Station F.
Another question, how to organize an event at Station F?
Yeah, we have a ton of events that happen at Station F, and people are contacting us all the time to find out what they can host, how they can host it, how does it work. So first off, I want to say that we are a startup campus. So all the events that take place on campus have to be dedicated to startups. So if you're like a big corporation, you want to do an internal COMEX, this is really not the place for that, and most likely we won't be able to host that kind of event. We have 8 different event spaces, so everything from a 360 person auditorium, we have kind of a big open platform if you want to do kind of like a more open air event, not really in a formal auditorium. We have smaller meeting rooms. So we have a number of different kinds of spaces, but we have to make sure that there's a startup content before we go ahead with anything. So once you know that you want to host your event, you can go ahead and check out the events page on our website, or you can go ahead and write us to events@stationf.co, and make sure you're specific about what kind of event you want to do, who you're targeting, what the content is. EventSpace is paid. We work with a number of external service providers as well, so all of the catering and things like that is also taken care of, and you have a number of options of what you can do. And you can also do very kind of more creative events as well if you want to do something kind of in a concert space, or if you want to do more of, like we talked about, documentaries. So we're open to different types of events, but really has to be dedicated to a startup audience.
Okay, it's a wrap.
Thanks guys, so this was live from Station F. We'll see you next month.